part 2. Anyway, sorry. Just being chilling. What I was talking about was basically, like I said, President Zimmerman's comments on Jurgen Klnsmann's selection on various players of the United States national team, and I was also bringing certain situations when it came to dual citizenship soccer players. I just want to try to finish that up. Like I said, the pros is you kind of widening your competitive base. You're trying to use other resources that maybe certain predecessors didn't really get into as much. At the same time, the con is I feel like you're neglecting the prospects that are already here in the country and stuff. And really, it's like, to me, I haven't read a lot of articles on certain players that have that might have the option to either play at one national team or another national team. National team wise, they in a way have it good compared to persons that doesn't really have dual citizenship, and to them it's really hard to say, because I've never been in that situation. I'm not a dual citizen. I'm a single American citizen, and I don't really have much interest in getting in dual citizenship. I don't see a reason why with me. If anyone has a reason otherwise, they're more than welcome to comment or email me why I should get dual citizenship. But that's a whole nother issue right there. Does it benefit the U.S. national team? I think any prospect that can play, that's willing to respect the American flag, the American customs, the American sovereignty, and still play soccer to his best of his ability, is more than welcome to play on my team. Questioning a person's Americanness, that could be debatable. Some folks even got on me on it sometimes. Some folks, they feel it's like, one of his parents is American, like with the German guys, Jermaine Jones, Chandler, I think it was a couple other guys. Thomas Dooley, one of the old heads, Thomas Dooley, his dad was American serviceman. All their dads were American servicemen. They were stationed in Germany for at least a year or two. Knocked up one of the German chicks, and I'm not going to go into the personal situations each individual, but anyone that's been stationed in Germany or been in the military has at least a certain understanding. But some folks feel like that's good enough. Well, we know he got an American passport to let him play. Some take it more serious than others. That's like, some folks it's just a passport. Some folks it's more than a passport. Me, it's more than a passport. You know what I'm saying? My understanding, Jermaine Jones, he played with the German national team first. He took advantage of a FIFA rule that allowed him to switch national teams, and which got into other debates with other players. A lot of Mexican American type players debating whether they should play for Mexico or United States, or other countries, United States, and it led to certain people in an opinion. It's like, well, we should get these type of players before other countries would get them. Basically, kind of like a semi-recruiting type thing. And it is a recruiting type thing, and it brings to question the philosophies or what the coaches want to do, or what the team should go to looking forward. Because here it is, we've been developing players here in the States for so long, and we organize. We have the largest, from my understanding, we still have, if not, we should still have the largest soccer playing pool out of all the soccer playing countries in FIFA. Fan wise, that's a whole nother issue, but actual soccer playing wise, we're in FIFA. So basically, I'm saying we got all this talent, all these soccer players, from whatever to the highest level you can play on the United States national team, and people are still not satisfied with the talent, or still people are not want to put investment in the talent, or they feel like, well, they need to look at this player and this player and that player from so and so and somewhere. So making long story short, like I said earlier, we'll see. Jurgen Klnsmann has a certain agenda. I'm going to be quiet on it. Like I said, I don't like his youth philosophy. He pretty much, like I said earlier, he pretty much dissed it. He pretty much said World Cup, so I've set that aside. But because, to my understanding, the way I look at it is, when Jurgen Klnsmann name came up to be hired for U.S. coach. My assumption is if you're going to hire this guy, we better win the World Cup. So basically I'm saying, despite what we went through, the United States national team with Bob Bradley, the ups and the downs and the situation, even when Bob Bradley came upon to coach the team, now we got Jurgen Klinsmann. Personally, I call it Eurosnob pick because that's what a lot of Eurosnobs wanted. They wanted this European coach. And of course, Jurgen Klinsmann, he coached Germany in 2006, took them to, I believe, the semifinals. And that was nice and dandy. Germany soccer is much bigger over there than over here, and the standards are much higher over there. So, every time they expect to win the World Cup. So, I'm looking at it as if you're going to hire this guy who's supposed to be this wonder coach, this freaking messiah or whatever, then I think, as a fan personally, I expect us to win the World Cup. Well, I expect the United States to win pretty much all the time anyway. But looking at this situation, yeah, I think we should win the World Cup. So Jurgen Klinsmann, once we get to these little qualifiers and whatever, going into the 2014 cycle, we'll see, man. And we'll see, hopefully he does good and hopefully win, because that's what I'm assuming. If we getting this guy, U.S. Soccer Federation breaking their neck to get Jurgen Klinsmann talking all this stuff he wants to do, we'll see. And my projection is that hopefully he's intending to win the cup, because that's what I'm thinking, because that's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm pointing, that's what I'm led to see. If anyone feels me where I'm coming from, I'm cool. Not, hey. Last thing I want to put out, soccer on TV. Actually, it's just kind of old, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my take on it. NBC Sports just had now required rights for Major League Soccer. Most of their regular season games, they got a little 3-year contract, and which is nice and dandy and everything. They also picked Arlo White, who was previously the Seattle Sounders broadcaster or announcer, as we say in America. Y'all call them commentators up there in the UK. This led to kind of a semi-controversy back in 2010, where our regular longevity announcers, JP Callaghammer, who got set aside for Martin Tyler and a couple other British guys to do not only just do the U.S. England game, but the other U.S. men's national team games during and after the World Cup. JP was regulated to radio duty, and later on JP ended up going to Fox Soccer Channel. And I remember reading one of the articles saying, I can't remember wrong, but I'm not going to go into it. Anyway, my whole point is this: personally, I'm not a fan of what ESPN is doing. I'm starting not to become a fan of what NBC is starting to do. They're trending on the British guy, and it's nothing against the British people. Really isn't. British are cool peeps and everything, but I think when you have an American soccer team, it's just my personal opinion, you have an American soccer team that represents America, and you have people that pretty much grew up with you, that pretty much been around U.S. soccer, American soccer for so long, especially in broadcasting, I think that needs to be respected. ESPN does not respect it. They got the Premier League here in the States. They used to have Champions League, but Fox took that, and so they bringing in these European commentators, these European announcers or whatever, and I think it's just out of more convenience for the network and for certain fans than it is for the growth of the game. Unfamiliar faces. I know some people were complaining about Fox and how Fox they didn't want Kurt Menefee doing the host. They wanted someone that was familiar with soccer with the host, but at the same time, Kurt Menefee wasn't the primary. He's the host. I mean, the host, when you hosting Kurt Menefee, he's not just soccer. He's just not NFL. He represents Fox as a host, kind of like how Bob Costa did back in the day with NBC Sports, and he still kind of does it now. But it's hard to explain it. You know, some of the soccer fans, they get too particularly into certain things like that. But what's his name? Ian Darkey, a couple other guys that done the radio, like I said, Arlo White. To be honest with you, I have nothing against these British guys. I don't. Actually, Ray Hudson, he's the exception of the rule, because like I said, he's been in America so long. I've seen him commentating Gold TV. He's a very good combination with Phil Sean, and I don't see why NBC go after those two guys. You know, they know more American soccer than Arlo White. You know, I think NBC picked Arlo White because he has a British accent. You know, and I don't think anyone can convince me otherwise, saying that Americans want him because Americans want British guys or British accent guys on American soccer league television. I can see if it was a British guy broadcasting the Premier League games. Okay, you know, we have that. ESPN does that. Fox Soccer does it indirectly with their feeds. And but with Major League Soccer, I kind of feel like I'm being slapped in the face as an American and an American sports fan, American soccer fan, because it's like, especially that I know we have people that have been doing it for so long, the JP Telecameras, the Phil Shones, the Ray Hudsons, that don't get the respect due, and even the guys that been at ESPN for so long. Like I said, what's the damn name? The Irish dude that everybody thinks is annoying. I never had a problem with him. You know, I heard him back, God, for years now. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that the situation, especially the World Cup situation, with how that was handled, was a big slap in the face. And I'm sorry, y'all British guys. Look, y'all can have Martin Tyler. Hell, you can have that guy that's on Piers Morgan. Y'all can have him. That dude is boring. I'm sorry. I don't know what's the deal with Piers Morgan. I mean, trust me. I love hearing the ladies when they speak their British accent, but when it comes to sports broadcasting, I'm sorry, y'all British guys. I don't know if it's a culture thing or anything, but Martin Tyler, you put me to sleep. There's nothing exciting about you. I'd rather have Ray Hudson any day of the week as a commentator. Y'all guys talk about, oh, y'all talk too much. No, we don't talk too much. I mean, if anything, we're trying to narrate the game, and if it's too much talking to you, then oh well, let it be. I'm not going to sit there and be like, you know, it is what it is. You know, yeah, you have some guys, they overreact or whatever. Then you got the Spanish broadcasters. That's a whole nother realm. I don't have a problem with the Spanish broadcasters. I mean, they're going natural. I mean, Andy Cantor does his thing. The Univision guys, the Telemundo guys are going to do their thing. You know, they're going to go, la 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 la, and whatever. You know what it is. But, I mean, I'm primarily talking about an English-speaking based American audience. So, I don't know, maybe NBC or ESPN can prove me wrong. So far, I don't think they have. I mean, excuse me, if they do, is really appealing to a certain audience. They say, oh, they're appealing to soccer fans. Are you really appealing to soccer fans, or are you appealing to soccer fans that used to watch in Europe all the time and not really care so much for the American contribution to the game? That's the real question. And if you're really trying to grow the game, in order to grow the game, and even the NFL, the NBA's know this, you have to go outside your box. For soccer in America to succeed, soccer has to learn to go outside that box, to learn to adapt to the culture around them. That's why you call it the world's game, right? Or you just calling it Europeans' game to the world. That's the impression I'm getting. Anyway, enough about that. And drop a line. Later.